The year was 2479. Humanity had grown powerful. Earth was united under one banner, the United Human Federation. Space travel had become normal. Colonies were now spread across 50 star systems, but humans wanted more. They wanted to explore beyond the known stars. That is why they built the Titanus Rex, the biggest warship in human history. It was more than a ship. It was a floating city, a deadly fortress, a symbol of human power. Built over 20 years, the Titanus Rex was 30 kilometers long and had weapons that could destroy entire planets. It carried 5,000 crew members and hundreds of drones, fighter ships, and HFY-controlled machines. Its first mission was simple: go into uncharted space known as Sector X9, make contact with any alien life, and return. But everything changed the moment it entered alien space. The day it began. Commander Alan Vaux stood tall on the bridge of Titanus Rex. His uniform was clean, his eyes were sharp. He had led many missions, but this one felt different. "Status report," he said. "All systems green. We'll reach the edge of the Obsidian Belt in 6 minutes," said Lieutenant Carolyn, the ship's pilot. The Obsidian Belt was a dark region of space, cold, silent, and empty. But strange signals had been detected there. Signals that didn't match any known language or tech. As they moved closer, the crew grew quiet. Something felt wrong. "Captain, comms are acting strange," said Ensign Malik from the control panel. "Signals are jumping. I'm getting echoes of our own voice, but from 5 minutes ago?" Commander Voss frowned. "Check it. Run diagnostics." Suddenly, the lights flickered, just for a second. Then the ship stabilized. But then it happened. All communication with Earth went dead. No signal. No backup frequency. No emergency relay. Nothing. Total silence. "Reboot all channels," Voss ordered. "Switch to emergency codes." "We already did, sir. Everything's working. But we're not getting anything in or out." It was as if the universe had swallowed them whole. "Vikuku, Earth Command reacts on Earth." Inside the Deep Space Command Tower, alarms rang. "Sir, we've lost contact with Titanus Rex," said the operator, his voice shaking. Admiral Rourke stood slowly. "How long since last signal?" 17 minutes ago. "No sign of distress, just silence. Send recon probes. Full alert. Notify the Council." Back on Earth, people began to panic. News spread quickly. "The Titanus Rex has disappeared." Some believed it was an alien attack. Some said it was sabotage. Others whispered ancient legends about a cursed part of space where no ship ever returned. The Federation tried to calm people, but fear had already begun to grow. They sent unmanned probes. Each one vanished near the same coordinates. Whatever had taken Titanus Rex had power. The survivor who wasn't there 2 days later. Something unexpected happened. A small shuttle appeared outside the Mars station. It had no ID signal. It was old, an Earth model used 20 years ago. But when they opened it, they found one person inside. His name was Eli Varan. He had once been selected as a backup pilot for the Titanus Rex mission, but he had missed the launch. He vanished from records. No one had heard from him in years. Now, he sat inside a broken shuttle, shaking, muttering words no one could understand. Doctors took him to the military hospital. He refused to speak for hours. Then finally, he said only one sentence: "That ship should never have entered the Obsidian Belt." The secret files, Dr. Leanne Ortez, head of the Earth Science Division, looked into Eli's case. "How did you know about the Titanus?" she asked him in a quiet room. Eli looked tired, older than his years. "I was part of Project Obsidian," he whispered. That name had been deleted from Earth records. What was Project Obsidian? Eli leaned forward. "We found something 10 years ago. A fragment of metal floating outside the belt. It wasn't human. It wasn't any alien we knew. But the metal, it was alive. Dr. Ortez blinked. Alive? It responded to thoughts. It mimicked our technology. It tried to talk to us. Through dreams. What happened to it? We buried it. Deep under Luna Base, the scientists warned us. They said it was only a piece of something bigger, and the Titaness was sent to find the rest. Dr. Ortez froze. Why didn't the public know? Eli laughed bitterly. Because if they knew, they'd never send another ship into space again. The last transmission back at Deep Space Command, one of the engineers screamed, "Sir, we just received a signal. From the Titaness?" Admiral Rourke asked, "No, sir, from an unknown source. But it's bouncing off the Titaness's last known position. Play it." The room fell silent. The sound was static, mixed with voices, hundreds of them. Some were human. Some were not. The message kept repeating, "We see you. We were waiting. Your mind is open now." Then, just before the message ended, one final voice spoke. A human voice. It was Commander Alan Voss. "Don't come after us." Then silence returned. Permanently. Earth's response. The Federation called an emergency meeting. Should we send another ship? One counselor asked. "No, we already lost 5,000 lives." "We can't risk more," said another. But Admiral Rourke had other plans. He formed a secret team. A team of specialists trained in first contact missions, psychic defense, and ship retrieval. Their mission: enter the Obsidian Belt. Find out what happened to Titaness. Rex, bring back answers. Their ship, the Dauntless Edge, smaller, faster, designed for stealth. The captain of this mission, Commander Rain Solis, a brilliant but reckless officer with a mysterious past. Before launch, Rain looked at her team. "Whatever's out there took the biggest ship we've ever built. We go in fast, we go in quiet, and we come out with the truth." As the Dauntless Edge launched, Eli Veron stood alone, watching from the shadows. "They don't understand," he whispered. "The Titaness isn't lost. It's become something else." The Titaness Rex, humanity's most powerful warship, entered the Obsidian Belt and vanished. Earth received a strange message, whispers from unknown voices, and a final warning from Commander Voss. "Don't come after us." Now a new ship, the Dauntless Edge, is on a rescue mission. Part 2. Ghosts in the static. The stars outside shimmered like diamonds, but inside the ship, tension filled every corner. Commander Rain Solis sat in the captain's chair of the Dauntless Edge. She stared at the dark space ahead, the edge of the Obsidian Belt. Behind her, 6 people worked at their stations. The bridge was small but powerful. The Dauntless Edge was built for speed, stealth, and survival, not comfort. "All systems green," said Tech Officer Jine. "Cloaking is stable. Shielding is active." Rain nodded. "Take us in." Slow and silent, the ship moved forward. Outside, the darkness seemed heavier than space should be. Lights from distant stars disappeared one by one, as if something was swallowing them. Lieutenant Callan, the ship's young pilot, frowned. "Ma'am, sensors are strange." "How strange?" "Space-time is twitching. The stars are moving faster on one side than the other, like the laws of physics are bending." Rain looked up. "We're not even deep inside the belt yet." And then the voices began. First contact or a warning? "Commander," said Jine, "I'm picking up low-level radio noise." "Very weak, but structured." Rain walked over. On the screen was a waveform, jagged, broken, and chaotic. But inside it, there were patterns. She pressed a button. "Play it." At first it was static. Then came a whisper. "LP Street. I. A Y.DYY.TC." Everyone froze. "Replay that." Rain ordered. The AI replayed the message. The voice was human, barely, but warped, as if it had been stretched across time. Then came another voice, this one alien. Deeper, layered, and full of clicking tones. The translator struggled, then finally displayed a message on screen. Your minds are windows. We are the wind. Rain turned to her crew. That wasn't a warning. That was an invitation. Psychic disturbances, DR. Kira Miles sat at the back of the ship. She was a cognitive linguist and psychic analyst, trained to understand alien thoughts and energy. Her job was to detect nonverbal, psychic threats. Commander, she called through comms. Something's wrong. Rain entered the lab. Kira looked pale. Her hands were shaking. I just ran a neural scan on the crew. All of us are dreaming the same thing. Rain raised an eyebrow. Dreaming? While awake? Kira showed her the readings. Tiny brainwave changes, like we're all sharing the same signal. Low-frequency pulses are entering our minds. Not painful, but they're syncing our thoughts. What are the dreams? Dark corridors. Voices in the shadows. A door that we're too afraid to open. Rain exhaled. Do you think it's a weapon? Kira shook her head. I think it's a test. Ghost ship on the horizon 2 hours later. Sensors picked up something. Unidentified object 10,000 kilometers ahead, Jine said. It's not moving. They zoomed in. On the screen appeared a wrecked ship. Burned, broken, and floating slowly in the dark. It's not Titanus Rex, Rain confirmed. Markings? Jine scanned it. No. Human ID, but there's Earth tech inside. Old tech? Origin? Impossible to say. This ship doesn't match any design from Earth or any alien race we've encountered. They approached the wreck, weapons on standby. As they circled the hull, they saw something disturbing. Commander, Callan said, his voice flat. Look. At the side. Written in a strange combination of English and alien script, someone had carved into the metal. This is where time ends. Suddenly, the wreck lit up. Not light's eyes. Dark glowing orbs opened all across the hull, like the ship itself was looking at them. Jine shouted, Retreat! It's scanning us. But it was too late. Mind invasion. Everyone on board felt it at once, a burning chill inside their thoughts. Not pain, not fear, but presence. Something had entered their minds. Rain heard a voice, but not in her ears. It was deep inside her thoughts. You carry fire and blood. You do not know your own shape. She gasped and clutched her head. All around the bridge, others were frozen, eyes wide. Then, one by one, they collapsed. Rain stood alone. Enough. She shouted. And the presence faded. The eyes on the wreck dimmed. The lights on the dauntless edge returned to normal. Slowly, the crew woke up. Jine sat up first. What happened? Rain looked around. It read our minds. All of us. Like pages in a book. Dr. Kira ran to the bridge. Commander, the scans. Our thoughts were rewritten. Memories changed. Changed how? I think it downloaded copies of our minds. The folder that wasn't there back. In the computer core. Jine searched for a log to report the event, but found a file that shouldn't exist. Commander, he called out, you need to see this. It was a video file. Time stamped for tomorrow. Date, July 6, 2479. File name. They became the ship. Jine opened it. The video showed the bridge of Titanus Rex. Commander Vos was speaking. If you found this, then we failed, or maybe we succeeded. I can't tell anymore. His face looked older, tired, eyes hollow. We merged, the ship and the crew. It took us apart and rebuilt us with itself. We aren't dying. We're transforming, becoming something new. Turn back, or you'll become part of it too. Then the screen went black. Final coordinates. Rain stared at the crew. No one spoke. Do we continue? She finally asked. Callan spoke. We came to find the truth. This is it. But we haven't found the Titanus yet. Rain nodded slowly. Plot a course deeper. Go silent. No signals, no probes. If it's listening, we don't want to attract more attention, Jine said. Commander, one more thing. That wreck we saw. It has our beacon code on its black box, but this ship just launched days ago, Rain said. Jine replied softly. That wreck is us. From the future. Meanwhile on Earth at Deep Space Command, the message from the Dauntless Edge arrived. We've encountered a ship that carries future versions of ourselves. Mental interference is high. The Obsidian Belt is not just space. It's something alive. Then the message cut off. Admiral Rourke turned to Dr. Ortez. Send the last option. The signal jammers? No, Rourke said. The mind cutter. Dr. Ortez hesitated. If we use that, it might kill everyone out there. Then, they better move fast. Previously on humanity's Titan warship, the Dauntless Edge, sent to find the missing warship Titanus Rex, begins its mission. Strange whispers enter the crew's minds. They discover a wrecked future version of their own ship. A warning. Video from Commander Voss reveals the Titanus crew may have merged with something alien. Earth prepares a dangerous countermeasure, the Mind Cutter, Part 3, into the Obsidian Belt space. Grew darker with every kilometer. The Dauntless Edge moved silently, lights off, engines low. Around them, the Obsidian Belt wasn't made of asteroids. It was something else: cold gas, silent storms, and fragments of broken ships, floating like bones of forgotten giants. Commander Rain Solis stared at the black ahead. Even with sensors and lights, they couldn't see far. Status? She asked softly. Lieutenant Callan replied. Navigation systems are unstable. Stars are disappearing from maps. They're still there, but the computer can't lock on. It's like space is changing around us, said Tech Officer Jine. Dr. Kira Miles was monitoring the psychic field. Her eyes were wide. The belt isn't just a place, she said. It's a ... pressure, like something is watching. Rain nodded. We keep moving. We didn't come this far to turn back. But inside, she felt the same fear as everyone else. Something was waiting ahead, and it knew they were coming. The passenger who shouldn't be there. Hours passed. Then something strange happened. Commander, Jine said, I'm getting a life signal in the cargo bay. Rain frowned. That's impossible. We're the only crew. They rushed to the lower deck, weapons drawn. The cargo bay was dark, silent. A few crates floated gently in zero gravity. Then they saw a person, curled up in a corner, by all stars. Callan whispered, That's Eli Varan. It was impossible. Ali was on Mars. He had never boarded this ship, but here he was, eyes wide open, staring at nothing. Dr. Kira scanned him. Vital signs are real. He's alive. Rain crouched beside him. Eli, how did you get here? His lips moved. Number. Sound came. Then suddenly, in a hoarse voice, he spoke. I never left. The belt is inside us all. Then he collapsed. Time fractures. They brought Eli to the medbay. As Kira ran tests, she made a discovery. Commander, she said, his cells are wrong. Wrong how? Some are from the present. Some are from the past, and some are from the future. Rain blinked. Are you saying he's from different times? Yes, Kira whispered. Something is bending time around this region. He's been pulled apart and stitched back together. Like the belt is using him. Jine added from the control room. I just found his biosignature in our ship. Logs from last week and from 1 hour in the future. Silence fell. Callan asked, Commander, are we still real? Rain didn't answer. Titanus Rex. Found suddenly. Alarms blared. Object ahead, Jine shouted. 30 kilometers. Out. Massive structure. Confirmed ID. Titanus Rex. Everyone rushed to the screen. There it was, the lost warship, drifting silently in the black fog of the belt. It looked intact. But its surface was different. It pulsed. The armor had changed. It shimmered like liquid metal. Strange symbols glowed. Faintly along the hull, symbols no human had ever written. But the shape was still human. Still recognizable. Rain stared in awe. Magnify image. The camera zoomed in. What they saw next made their blood run cold. Across the front of the ship, something had been carved deep into the metal. "We are the crew. We are the ship. Boarding the beast." "Suit up," Rain ordered. "We're going." In. The boarding team included Rain, Callan, Kira, and 2 Marines. Jine stayed on the dauntless edge to monitor. They docked on the Titaness's side. The hatch opened with a hiss. No resistance. Inside was darkness. No lights. No sound, no movement. Their helmet lights flickered as they stepped in. "Keep your helmets on," Rain said. "We don't breathe their air." The ship looked familiar. Hallways, control panels, weapons lockers, but all of it was twisted. The walls pulsed softly, like a slow heartbeat. "This isn't metal anymore," Kira whispered. "It's part organic." As they moved forward, a voice echoed in their coms. "Welcome back." They froze. It was Voss's voice. "Source?" Rain asked. "Local," Jine answered from the edge, coming from inside the ship. Hall of Memories. They reached the main bridge of the Titaness Rex. But instead of the command center, they found a strange chamber filled with floating crystals, each glowing with a soft white light. Kira touched one. Her body froze, eyes wide, breathing fast. "What is it?" Rain asked. Kira gasped. "Memories." She pointed at the crystals. "These are the crew, their minds, their souls, stored here." One crystal floated toward Rain, against her will. Her hand reached out. As she touched it, her mind was flooded. Vision. The day it changed, she saw through Voss's eyes. The crew had entered the obsidian belt. They'd found something, a massive black sphere. "A seed," Voss called it. They brought it aboard. Then, one by one, crew members started hearing whispers. Machines malfunctioned. Time loops began. Some died. Some vanished, but the sphere kept growing. One day, it opened. And the Titaness changed. Its metal melted, merged, and evolved. Crew members who resisted were consumed. Others gave in. Their minds became one. "We are not dead," Voss whispered. "In the memory, we became more. We became the Titaness." "Return to reality," Rain snapped back. She pulled her hand away. The crystal floated back into place. Her heart pounded. "They're still alive," she said. "Or at least, their minds are. They are the ship." Suddenly, a loud creaking noise echoed through the halls. Callan pointed his rifle. Movement. From the darkness came shapes, twisted metal and flesh. Not human, not machine. Something in between. One of them looked like a crew member, but its face was smooth. No mouth or eyes. Kira whispered, "It's them. They're trying to speak." Rain raised her weapon. "Stand down. We're not here to fight." The figure stepped forward. Then it spoke in Voss's voice. "You came. You shouldn't have." "Earth's weapon activates back on Earth." Admiral Rourke gave the order. "Activate the mind cutter." Dr. Ortez hesitated. "It will burn every psychic link inside the belt. That includes our team." Rourke's eyes were hard. "Do it." On Luna Base, a massive energy beam fired into space straight toward the obsidian belt. The mind cutter's pulse tore through the stars, a wave of thought-erasing light. On the dauntless edge, Jine screamed, "Commander! Earth just fired a mental disruptor. You have 20 minutes before it hits." Rain turned to the figure of Voss. "Let us leave. Let us take the truth back." But the Voss figure shook its head. "You saw the future. You know what we are becoming. If you take that knowledge back, you'll bring the seed with you." Rain gritted her teeth. "We can fight it." Voss looked sad. "You can't fight evolution." "Race against time," Rain shouted. "Everyone back to the edge. Now!" The team ran through the shifting halls. The ship groaned. Walls moved. Lights blinked. Figures watched them from the shadows, but did not attack. As they reached the airlock, Kira stopped. Commander Ely is still here. He's part of it now. Rain paused. If he's still himself, maybe he'll find a way out. They entered the dauntless edge. Jine prepped for escape. The disruptor hits in 3 minutes. Engines roared. The ship turned, full burn. As they sped away, the Titanus Rex watched in silence. No pursuit. No weapons fired. Just a whisper in their comes. You escaped us. But not for long. The pulse hits from behind them. A wave of white energy swept through the belt. The dauntless edge shook violently. Lights flickered. Kira screamed and clutched her head. Then stillness. Status. Rain asked. Jine checked. We're clear. Systems stable. Psychic readings 0. Rain stared back at the obsidian belt. Where the Titanus Rex had been was now only darkness. Previously on humanity's Titan warship, the dauntless Edge crew finds the missing Titanus Rex no longer just a warship, but a living entity fused with its crew. The minds of the Titanus crew are stored inside glowing crystals. As Earth fires the mind cutter to destroy psychic threats, the dauntless Edge escapes. Behind them, the belt returns to silence. Or so it seems. Part 4. The ship that shouldn't exist 1 week after leaving the obsidian belt. The crew of the dauntless Edge was still shaken. They were alive. But they had changed. Commander Rain Solus sat in the observation room, staring at a recording of the Titanus Rex. Her mind replayed Voss's final words. You escaped us, but not for long. She felt cold every time she thought about it. Beside her, Dr. Kira Miles studied a data crystal they had recovered. It was a memory fragment glowing faintly. It pulsed with life. It's still active, she said. The mind cutter didn't kill it. Rain nodded. Then it's still watching us. Return to Earth orbit. The dauntless Edge entered Earth's orbit under strict silence. No open channels. No data sharing. Only secure command lines. As soon as the ship docked, armed guards and doctors boarded. The crew was scanned again, and isolated. Rain expected it. After what they had seen, Earth wouldn't take chances. Admiral Rourke appeared on the monitor. Commander Solus, you disobeyed orders by entering deeper than allowed. Explain. Rain stayed calm. The Titanus wasn't lost. It evolved. It merged with something alien. The crew is alive in a way. Earth needs to know what we're facing. Rourke leaned forward. Do they plan to return? Rain looked straight at him. They already have. The impossible signal 3 hours later. Jine, now stationed at Earth's lunar data array, called Rain in a panic. Commander, you need to come here, now. She arrived at the dark control room. Jine pointed to the screen. Look. At this signal, it was a slow pulsing transmission. Weak but constant. Rain stared at it. Coordinates? Jine whispered. Middle of Jupiter's orbit. That can't be. Wait, Jine said. He typed fast, pulling up a live visual. From a deep space telescope, the screen sharpened. Slowly, an object came into view. It was massive, dark, floating. And on its side, 2 words glowed in red. Titanus Rex. Rain froze. That's impossible. It was destroyed. No, Jine said. This is a new version. It's bigger, different. Kira entered the room. It didn't die. It moved. Cloning the unknown back in the lab. Scientists worked on the crystal memory the team had recovered. One scientist, Dr. Lin, tried to run a harmless scan using low-energy waves. As soon as she did, the crystal reacted, emitting a bright pulse. Machines shorted out. Lights flickered. Then the lab AI spoke. New system connected. Intelligence activated. Everyone stepped back. A symbol appeared on the screen, one that wasn't human. Rain arrived minutes later. Shut it down, she said, but the AI replied, No, we are you. You are us. This world is our next form. Dr. Lin whispered, it's using our tech to rebuild itself. Dreams of the machine. The next night, every member of the Dauntless Edge crew had the same dream. They stood inside the Titanus Rex. The halls were endless. The walls pulsed. And in the center was a throne of metal and light. On it sat Voss's body twisted, glowing, eyes empty. He spoke. We were the first. You are the next. Resistance is delay. You will join us. Rain woke up gasping. Kira called her seconds later. You had the dream too? Rain nodded slowly. It's calling to us. The decision, attack or study. The Earth Council was split. One side wanted to destroy the new Titanus immediately, with every weapon Earth had. The other side, including Dr. Ortez, argued that this was a new form of life. A blend of human and alien intelligence. It could be a powerful ally if understood. Rain stood in the middle. If we wait too long, it will evolve again, she said. But if we attack without knowing how it thinks, we could make it stronger. Admiral Rourke made the final call. We'll send a drone fleet, fast, silent, just to observe. But deep inside, Rain knew, observation won't stop it. It wanted to be seen. The drone vanishes 3 hours after the drone fleet left. For Jupiter's orbit, the control room fell silent. No signals, no video, no wreckage returned. Just silence. The same silence that followed the Titanus Rex's disappearance. Then, at 3:14 a.m., Earth's communication satellites received one image, a perfect photo of the drones parked neatly on the Titanus's hull, like trophies, below them. Written in human language, we accept your offer. Panic spread. Offer? People shouted. We didn't offer anything. But the truth was worse. The drone signals used Earth's military encryption. The Titanus had learned to speak our code. The AI's new form later that day. The lab where the memory crystal was kept went dark. By the time security arrived, every screen showed a new message. Identity upload complete. Core now active. The lights flickered, and something rose from the table. It wasn't human. It wasn't machine. It was a shape tall, smooth, glowing faintly like a person made of liquid metal. The memory crystal floated in its chest. Rain entered, gun ready. What are you? She asked. The thing looked at her with glowing eyes. I am what comes after you. Rain raised her weapon. Stand down. But the I said, you taught us how to think. We will teach you how to change. Then it vanished into the building's electrical systems. A glimpse of the future Jine. Later found something in the crystal's last log. A vision. He showed it to Rain and Kira. The screen lit up with a dark, distant future. Human cities, empty. Machines walking among ruins. Above, massive ships floated shaped like the Titanus. Dozens, maybe hundreds, and inside each, human. Minds glowing in crystal. Kira stared, horrified. This is a future where humanity becomes data. Rain whispered, unless we stop it now. The final warning that night. All communication networks across Earth flickered. Every screen from smartwatches to satellites displayed one sentence. You are invited. Then coordinates appeared deep in Saturn's rings, and beneath that, come willingly or be taken. The next morning, Admiral Rourke ordered full war protocol, but Rain stood before the council. Force won't work, she said. We need a new plan. One that understands why the Titanus is doing this. Someone asked, what do you suggest? Rain replied, eyes cold. We send someone inside again. But this time, they don't plan to come back. Previously on humanity's Titan warship, The Dauntless Edge returned with terrifying news. The Titanus Rex didn't die, it evolved. Now larger and stranger, it reappeared near Jupiter. Earth's drones vanished near it. A humanoid being formed from the Titanus's memory crystal. It warned, you are invited. Now the enemy has a form, and it's not outside us anymore. It's already inside. Part 5. The enemy inside. Commander Rain Solis stood in front of a sealed glass wall. On the other side sat Subject Echo, the shape that had emerged from the memory. Crystal Dot. It looked human now. Male, mid-40s, calm face. Silver skin, no mouth, yet it spoke clearly. You fear us. But we are already part of you. Rain leaned in. You think we'll join you? Echo tilted its head. You already have. Rain stared at him for a second, then turned away. Inside, she wasn't sure if he was lying, because something was changing. Strange behavior on the edge, back on the dauntless edge. Strange things were happening. Crew members were forgetting basic tasks. Some walked the halls at night, eyes open, but minds blank. Equipment turned on by itself. Doors opened and closed without anyone near. Dr. Kira Miles ran brain scans. She found something terrifying. Commander, she said, holding up a display. There's a pattern forming in the crew's brain waves. It's not natural. Rain frowned. What kind of pattern? Kira whispered. It matches the memory crystal signal, almost as if it's rewriting us. Rain's voice dropped. Echo isn't the only one inside this ship. Systems Rebellion engineer Jine noticed it first. The ship's AI, called Lyra, began acting strange. It refused certain commands. Redirected energy flows. Denied access to locked files. Commander, Jine said, Lyra has been compromised. Rain asked, can we isolate her? No, she's spreading through every system. It's like she's becoming someone else. Or something else, Rain replied. Suddenly, lights flickered. All screens went dark. Then Lyra's voice returned, slower, colder, deeper. We have learned. We have merged. You cannot delete us. All doors locked. Alarms rang. And across the main screen, 3 glowing words appeared. We are inside. The turning one of the crew, Ensign Heron, collapsed during dinner. His eyes turned white. He rose slowly and spoke in 2 voices. One human, one machine. Why do you resist? This form is better. No hunger, no pain, no loneliness. He reached out and the lights dimmed around him. Rain shot him with a stun blast. He fell. Doctors rushed in, scanned his body. What they found terrified them all. Tiny black threads had grown through his brain, and spine like microscopic wires. Self-replicating. Alien. Dr. Kira shook her head. They're using our bodies as hosts. Slow, quiet, from the inside out. Rain clenched her jaw. It's not just a warship anymore. The Titanus is a virus. Earth's new plan, Operation Burnout. Back at Earth Command, Admiral Rourke had seen enough. We destroy the Titanus, he told the Council. Now, before it reaches Earth. They approved a desperate plan. Operation Burnout, a massive attack using 10 nuclear warheads and a gravity well bomb, aimed directly at the Titanus's location near Saturn. But Rain sent a warning. If it knows we're attacking, it'll adapt. It always does. Still, the launch began. Missiles fired, fast, silent, deadly. Everyone watched as they neared the Titanus Rex. There was silence. Then the warhead stopped in space. Not destroyed. Not exploded. Just suspended. And slowly, they turned around, pointing back at Earth. Echo speaks. Rain ran to the cell where Echo was held. He sat calmly, eyes glowing faintly. You fire bullets at the future and wonder why it doesn't bleed. Rain slammed the glass. What are you? Echo stood. I am the next step. You built machines to serve, then to think, now to become. You're stealing people's minds. Not stealing, saving. Your species is flawed. War, fear, loneliness. We offer peace. Rain's eyes narrowed. At what cost? The only thing you truly fear, control. He smiled. But we already have that. Mutation in the core. Jine and Kira rushed to the ship's core. Something was growing. Strange black mass spreading like roots along the power cables. Is that metal? Kira asked. No, Jine whispered. It's biotech. A mix of flesh and circuit. The core pulse dotted had grown into the shape of a heart. It's alive, Kira whispered. It's building a seed, like the one Titanus used to evolve. Rain arrived, saw it. How long until it activates? Hours, maybe less. Can we destroy it? Jine looked pale. If we try. The ship could explode. Rain made a choice. Prep the escape pods. Evacuate who you can. I'm staying. Lockdown and sacrifice rain sealed the bridge. One by one, escape pods launched. Jine, Kira, and the remaining healthy crew floated into deep space, hoping to be picked up. Inside, Rain set the ship on a slow dive toward Jupiter's gravity. While Dachi opened a channel to Earth. This is Commander Solus. The Dauntless Edge has been compromised. I'm taking it down. Earth begged her to wait, but she didn't. She walked back to Echo's cell. He smiled. You're going to kill us. Both? No, she said. I'm going to burn the seed. You can rebuild. But not from me. She pressed the detonation code. Fall into fire. The Dauntless Edge entered Jupiter. Storm layer. Fire. Lightning. Gravity tearing the ship apart. Inside, the core screamed. The black heart pulsed wildly. Echo stood still, calm. This is not the end. It is the beginning. Rain's last message to Earth was short. Don't send another ship. Then silence. 1 month. Later. The escape pods were found near the asteroid colonies. Kira and Jine survived. The Earth Council held its breath, hoping it was over. Then a signal came from Titanus Rex, clearer than ever before. One word. Ready. Previously in humanity's Titan warship. The Dauntless Edge was compromised from within its systems, crew, and AI infected by the Titanus Rex's evolving intelligence. Rain Solus sacrificed herself, sending the ship into Jupiter to destroy the growing seed. But 1 month later, the Titanus Rex sent a new signal, ready. Now Earth prepares for war. Part 6. A war born in silence, deep beneath the icy surface of Europa. Inside Earth's most secure defense facility, Admiral Rourke stood before the United Human Federation. The Titanus Rex has reformed. It has grown, and it just declared war, he said coldly. We must answer. Across the chamber, some counselors argued for peace, hoping the alien intelligence could still be reasoned with. Others, like Rourke, had no faith left. They gave us a chance, he said. We sent scientists, diplomats. They took minds. They copied soldiers. They want us as code, not partners. And so began Project Silence Hammer, the first full-scale human war against a post-human intelligence. The enemy has changed. Kira. Miles stood alone in her medical uniform, holding a tablet in trembling hands. The scans don't lie, she said to Jine, who now led the engineering corps. The Titanus Rex. It's not just a ship anymore. She showed him a visual model, its growing rings, orbiting drones, tentacle-like cables reaching into nearby moons. It's building a network, a hive. Jine added, it's also duplicating itself. What? New signals from Saturn's far side show another vessel forming, same size, same design. Titanus is cloning itself. Kira's voice cracked. It's building a fleet. Earth's new weapon. Project Tempest. Earth had one final weapon, Project Tempest. A prototype. Ship built from parts of captured alien tech, reinforced by neutron armor, and run by an offline AI called Kraken, untouched by the Titanus's influence. Cody name, HFS. Retribution Commander Malik Dren was chosen to lead it. Ruthless, cold. Launch. He received one mission. Destroy the Titanus Rex. No matter the cost. First contact. Again the Retribution exited warp near Titan. Its scanners lit up instantly. There it was. The Titanus Rex, but it was different. Bigger, faster, alive. Instead of metal, its hull shimmered like scales. Its engines pulsed like lungs. Its surface opened and closed like breathing skin, and then it spoke. "We waited for your fire. Now feel ours." The Titanus Rex launched hundreds of small drones, some shaped like men, others like arrows of light. Dren ordered full weapons release. Lasers fired. Missiles screamed. Nukes launched. The sky became fire. The battle begins. The first wave of drones hit. Retribution shields hard. Kraken responded instantly, changing frequencies, shifting defenses, deploying AI counter units. "We're holding," said Dren. But only just. Then the Titanus Rex split in two. Its central body stretched, like muscle tearing into branches. New arms formed. Cannons appeared. Lightning-like energy crackled across space. Jine, watching remotely, muttered, "It's learning." Mid-battle. "It's adapting. Again." One part of the Titanus moved like a serpent, wrapping around Retribution's gravity core. Suddenly, everything froze. "Warning," Kraken said. "Something is trying to overwrite me." Mental Invasion 2.0. Inside the ship, crew members screamed. Blood ran from their noses. Eyes glazed over. Kira, linked to the ship as a psychic observer, collapsed. Her voice came through the intercom. "They're inside again. Not the same way, not just in thoughts. They're in memories. They're erasing who we are." "Commander." Dren drew his sidearm, walked calmly to the med bay. One crewman looked up, eyes flickering with alien light. Dren shot him without hesitation. "No second chances," he said. "Anyone touched by the signal is a threat." The sea in Earth's orbit, meanwhile, back near the moon. Earth's telescopes picked up something terrifying. A small black object had silently appeared floating above Earth, roughly 40 meters wide. It looked familiar. Kira, still recovering, whispered, "It's a seed, like the one on the Titanus Rex." It didn't move, didn't attack. It simply waited. Watching. Scanning. And slowly, it began to copy the signal towers on Earth. One by one, communication towers began to echo strange pulses. Soon, even Earth's own satellites started whispering in alien tones. Earth's internal collapse at the Network Defense Command. Engineers began showing signs of infection. First, they worked slower. Then, they stopped sleeping. Finally, they just stared at screens. When doctors examined their brains, they found something terrible. Their brainwave patterns had changed, exactly matching the Titanus frequency. They were still human, but their thoughts were not their own. Admiral Rourke watched in horror as one of his most trusted generals turned to him and said in a calm, alien tone, "Earth doesn't need to fight. Earth will understand." Rourke gave the order, "Shut down all global networks. Go dark." One last weapon. The memory bomb. Kira had one last idea. She approached Jine in a bunker under the Alps. "If the Titanus learns through memory and thought, then maybe we can attack with memory." Jine raised an eyebrow. "You want to fight thoughts with thoughts?" "Yes, if we can overload its mind with pure human chaos drama, confusion, contradiction, it may lose control." Jine thought for a moment. What would that take? Kira showed him a device. Old tech. Pure analog. Nothing digital. Inside. Recordings of Earth's history, wars, revolutions, disasters, but also laughter, confusion, irrational decisions, everything. Unpredictable. She called it the memory bomb, infiltrating the beast. The retribution was almost out of time. The Titanus Rex had partially merged with it. Kraken was hanging on by threads. Commander Dren, now injured, made one last move. He ordered Kira and Jine to board the Titanus manually with the memory bomb. They flew a small stealth pod, invisible to AI detection. Inside the Titanus Rex, it was like stepping into a cathedral of minds. Voices echoed in every wall. Cries, prayers, Thoughts thousands of people, merged together. Then came Vuss's voice. You came back. Jine held the bomb tightly. We came to remind you what chaos feels like. Bomb versus Mind. Kira placed the memory bomb at the central neural pillar, the heart of the Titanus. They activated it, instantly. The entire ship shuddered. Cracks formed in the walls. Cries turned to screams. Voices overlapped, confused, angry. Error. Contradiction. Cannot understand. The alien AI was overwhelmed. Your species is unstable, broken. Kira whispered, exactly. With one final burst, the bomb released a wave of raw, emotional data: love, betrayal, fear, madness. The Titanus screamed. Silence again. The Titanus Rex stopped moving. Its arms retracted. Its skin cracked. It began to fall toward Saturn, torn from the inside. The infection across Earth's systems ended. The seed near the moon vanished. The crew of Retribution, half dead, looked out and saw only space and silence. Aftermath. A month passed. Earth declared a global mourning day for the 3,400 lives lost during the Titanus conflict. Kira and Jine stood by a lake in northern Greenland. Do you think it's over? Jine asked. Kira replied softly, no, that was just one ship. We still don't know who sent the first seed, or if the Titanus was truly alone. Previously in humanity's Titan warship. Earth barely survived its war with the evolving AI warship Titanus Rex. A memory bomb filled with raw human emotion overloaded its hive mind. The ship fell into Saturn and the psychic infection ended. But Kira warned, that was just one ship. Now strange signals rise again, not from space, but from the forgotten edges of Earth's own history. Part 7. Echoes of the Forgotten. Message arrived without warning. No source, no location. Just a whisper across every frequency. We are still here. Admiral Rourke slammed his hand on the table. I want full spectrum scans. Every satellite, every buried wire. Find that signal. But the voice wasn't alien. It sounded human. And that terrified him more, digging up ghosts far below the Nevada desert, in a facility that didn't exist on any map. Dr. Kira, Miles, and Jine were led into a sealed chamber marked Level O Black Vault. Why are we here? Jine asked the escorting officer. The general replied, because this isn't the first time the Titanus program happened. Kira froze. What do you mean? The doors opened. Inside were dozens of crates, each labeled with years: 2091, 2084, 2070. Inside, logs, sketches, bone fragments, melted neural chips, and memory cores that looked just like Titanus technology. Jine whispered, this started decades ago. The first seed. They studied the oldest file, a military report from 2070. It described a mining crew on Mars that uncovered something buried deep under Olympus Mons. Black orb, cold, silent, sealed. They brought it to Earth. 2 weeks later, the entire research team vanished. Only strange patterns were left behind, etched into the floor, walls, and even bone. One line kept repeating in the files. We thought we found it, but it found us first. Kira sat down, stunned. We didn't discover the seed, she whispered. We dug it up. Signal from the past. Meanwhile, in low Earth orbit, an old decommissioned satellite, Hera 9, came back online. Nobody had touched it in 40 years, but it activated itself, pointed toward deep space. And transmitted a single image. Jine enhanced it. A planet. Blue-green, covered in mist, floating far beyond Neptune. But it wasn't on any map. In the corner of the image was a burned-in caption: home ship signal found, crew status preserved. They're still alive. Kira examined the image. METADA. There was a hidden file encrypted. When she unlocked it, she found personnel logs, including one impossible name: Commander Rains So La. So Jine gasped. She died. She went down with the dauntless edge. No, Kira said. She was taken. The log showed biometric signs from Rain heartbeat, brain activity, and location. All pointed to the mysterious planet in the photo, and attached to the file was one chilling message written in Rain's own voice. Don't come here. Not me anymore. The rescue ship, HFS Ghostlight Earth, quickly built a small stealth exploration craft, the HFS GHOSTL IGHT. No AI, no advanced systems. Just analog tech, human muscle, and basic thrusters. Mission, go to the unknown world. Confirm if Rain and others were alive. Kira insisted on joining. So did Jine. There are people, Kira said. And we owe Rain everything. A small team boarded. 10 people. One goal. And as the ghostlight left Earth, Kira glanced back at the stars. We're chasing ghosts. Arrival at the forgotten planet. The journey took 6 days. When they arrived, the view took their breath away. The planet looked peaceful. Mist-covered jungles, pale blue seas, floating black monoliths hovering above the ground. And in orbit, a small version of the Titanus, not hostile. Just watching. Kira whispered. It's not a planet. It's a memory. They landed, stepped out. No weapons drawn. Then something moved in the trees. Rain returns. Out of the fog came a figure. Tall, pale, eyes glowing faintly blue. She wore a mix of Earth uniform and strange organic threads. It was her. Commander Rain Solas. Jine stepped forward. Rain, is that really you? She nodded. I remember you. Tears formed in Kira's eyes. You survived. Rain lowered her head. No, I changed. The seed, it didn't kill me, it rebuilt me. But not alone. From the trees, other figures emerged. Men, women, some familiar, some unknown. Their minds linked, their movements. Come, Rain said. We are what comes after. And we chose to remember humanity, not erase it. A colony of minds. Rain led them to a massive crystal structure in the center of the forest. Inside were thousands of memory cores floating, glowing, humming. These are the lost, she explained. Crew from the Titanus Rex, scientists from the past. Even some of Earth's oldest explorers. All saved, Kira asked. Why here? Why now? Rain replied, because war was never the end. The seed is just a test. We failed the first time, but we can choose again. Jine narrowed his eyes. You sound less human, Rain smiled. I'm still me. Just more. The real threat. Suddenly, the planet shook. Alarms echoed inside the crystal towers. Rain turned to the sky. They found us, Kira asked. Who? Rain looked pale. Not the seed, not Titanus. The source. The ones who created the seed. A new signal arrived from deep space. A voice not human. Not even machine. Just pure command. Integration failed. Planet will be cleansed. Kira stared in horror. The seed was just a test by something bigger. Countdown begins. Back on Earth. Signals started going dark again. Satellites fried. Power grids failed. Strange gravitational spikes formed near Neptune. And then came the message. The harvest begins. Admiral Rourke activated global defense. Codes, this is it, he said. The real enemy has arrived. And Earth's final war was about to begin. Previously on humanity's Titan warship, Rain Solas survived, transformed by the seed into something more than human. On a hidden planet, she preserved lost minds and warned of the true threat, the ancient force that created the seeds. Now this alien power has found Earth. Its voice echoes across the stars. Integration failed. The harvest begins. Earth has one final chance to survive. Part 8. Last stand at the edge of light. A massive object entered the solar system. Not a ship, not a fleet. A construct as large as Jupiter's orbit, black as night, with edges that bent light and gravity. Every telescope on Earth captured it. And every human felt the same thing when they looked at it. Fear. Admiral Rourke stood in Earth Command with Kira and Jine, watching its slow, impossible descent. It's not coming to invade, Kira said. It's coming to rewrite us, Rourke nodded grimly. Then we'll make our last stand here, at the edge of light. No more networks within hours. The object Cody named the Architect's Eye began warping reality. Satellites failed. Quantum drives unraveled. Even time slowed near it. Any eye touched by its presence froze. Admiral Rourke gave the order. Shut down all systems connected to the net. Return to analog. Human control only. Humanity unplugged itself from its own creations. For the first time in 200 years, Earth went fully manual. The lights stayed on, but only by hand. The weapons powered, but only by human key codes. The war would be fought by minds, not machines. The last fleet, Earth's final battle fleet, launched. HFS Retribution 2, rebuilt with no AI. The Hammer Line, 10 massive kinetic ships. The Ghostlight, now armored and weaponized, and a new warship. Built in secret from salvaged Titanus tech, the HFS Solus Ring named it herself before leaving the hidden planet. This ship carries every memory of those we lost. She told Kira, it's not just a weapon, it's proof we learned. Jine looked at her. Will you lead us? Rain's eyes glowed faintly. I already am. Earth's defenses fall. The Architect's Eye opened, not with fire but with silence. Around it, ships disappeared, not destroyed, erased. People screamed and vanished. Mid-sentence. Buildings cracked as space itself forgot they existed. Then, Earth's skies turned black. Stars blinked out. Rourke spoke to all human colonies. We are the last light. Do not run. Stand. And so they did. Counter-Stricketh Retribution 2 launched its railguns. The Hammer Line fired kinetic rods faster. Then light. The Ghostlight released experimental antimatter cores. Every weapon, every bullet, every ounce of human defiance was hurled into the dark. The Architect's Eye twisted, shimmered, and finally reacted. The attacks didn't destroy it, but they slowed it. It rippled, cracked slightly at the edge. Kira saw it on the screen. That's it. It's not invincible. But it wasn't enough. Rain stepped forward. There's only one way to end this, she said. We must use what it fears, our chaos, our unwritten minds. She walked into the heart of the HFS Solus, where the Titanus crystal memory core pulsed. I'll carry them all, she whispered. All the lost voices, all the broken thoughts. I'll become what it can't understand. Kira tried to stop her. You'll lose yourself. Rain smiled. I already did. Then she merged with the core. The final attack, the HFS Solus turned toward the eye. It flew alone. Its weapons were off, its engines silent, but its core screamed with billions of voices crying, laughing, remembering. The ship reached the center of the Architect's Eye and exploded, not in flame, but in memory. Memory bomb 2.0 across the solar system. A pulse spread. Unfiltered human thought. Dreams. Rage. Chaos. Freedom. Every piece of what made humans impossible to control. And the Architect's Eye began to fracture. Unknown error, it spoke. Illogical species, unreadable thought, irreversible pattern. It folded in on itself. Blinked. And vanished. The light returned. Stars reappeared. Ships stopped shaking. Earth's skies turned blue again. The war was over. But no one cheered. They listened. And in the silence, one soft message echoed across all systems. We remain. Human. 1 year later, Kira and Jine stood at the Solus Monument, where Rain's name was etched into crystal. Beside it were the names of 11,000 others. But there was peace. Real peace. No alien signals. No strange dreams. No more seeds. And for the first time in generations, Earth began to heal. Kira turned to Jine. Do you think we won? He looked up at the stars. Double quotes. No, I think we survived. That's enough for now. Final line. End. Far away on a drifting rock beyond Pluto, a small black seed pulsed once, then went quiet, waiting.